Hello, my name's Julie from Salessewunique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. And welcome to episode 66. Well, it is Tuesday, January 10th. I think that's what we're on. First week back at work this week has been okay. It sort of takes a bit of getting back into the routine of having to get up early in the morning to go to work, but it's nice to have the routine for my days, which is really good because when I'm at home and when Kevin's at home, I don't get any work done, and I know I should do, but I'm terrible. But like I say, it's nice to get back into the routine of work. And yeah, it's not been too bad a week. Weather-wise here, we've had a lot of rain. We have had a bit of sun, but yeah, it's been a little bit miserable, a bit chilly. But I suppose everybody's in the same boat, especially in the UK. What else have I been doing? I feel like I've been busy doing bits every day, but not actually makes. I haven't got anything to show you this week. My socks, I'm on the gusset, and that's where I've started. I haven't done anything else on them, so I've got nothing to show you there. I have been out shopping though this week. Kevin was off Monday afternoon. He'd got an appointment, so he dropped me off at Retail World. That's one of our sort of localish retail parks. It's not a great big one, but it's a good size really. And I wanted Primark because I've got birthdays this month. It's my granddaughter's birthday, and they are basically days. There's only a few days between them, so I've got their birthdays and one of my son's birthdays at the end of the month, but he generally has money, so I went shopping for the girls. And it's like, well, what to buy them, because I mean, obviously we've had Christmas, but this year we were talking to them over Christmas and sort of found out sort of a little bit of what they like at the minute. And the youngest one's into Spider-Man, and the older one is into, she likes Lilo and Stitch, but she likes Stitch. So she did have a few bits for Christmas on the Stitch side. So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to go shopping when it's quiet. Normally would go after Kevin finishes work, if he's, especially this time of the year, he's usually home a bit earlier. But as he got half a day off work because he's got an appointment, he dropped me off so I could go shopping, and then he joined me a bit later on. So I can't really show what I've bought because, you know, certain little people can watch this channel, so I don't want to show the surprise. But I will say I got Stitch things from Primark. So my eldest granddaughter, she's got something from us and something from Jake and Adele, so she's sorted. The youngest one has got a few bits, but there was nothing with Spider-Man on for her. Not a thing. Not even in the boys section were there any t-shirts or anything with Spider-Man on. So I'm a bit stuck really as what to buy her. I've got another week or so before it's the birthday, so I've got a little bit more time. It's just, where do I go to have a look? I might have to have a look online actually, just to see, and I will have to sort of get a few more ideas of what other things that she likes to see if I can find something for her. So that was one thing. And the other thing, I went into Wilko's, and so of course when you first go into our Wilko's, you've got your kitchen stuff on the left, and on the right they've got all the garden stuff in. So I think they must have just recently put out all the seeds. So I've been seed shopping. So I'm quite excited. I can't wait to actually start sowing seeds. So I was very good, and I've only bought 5 packets of seeds. So the first packet I've got, and they were only £1 these, for runner beans, climbing beans, and they're called Blue Lake. So that is the first thing I've got, because after last year's with the dwarf bean, I didn't get a lot, so I will use up the dwarf bean seeds this year that I've already got, but I'm going to get some of these as they grow quite tall. And you can, yeah, it tells you can freeze these as well. So you can start sowing in, wait a minute, I could start sowing them soon actually, because you can sow outdoors in April, so it's obviously after the first frost really, isn't it then? Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to them, so I hope we get a good crop this year. Because the middle bed that I've got that I was going to keep for flowers, I was saying to Kevin yesterday, I think I'm going to take all the flower plants out and pop them in the front garden and use that as a veggie bed. I think I'm going to try that this year. I'm not growing anything like pumpkins and squashes, I don't think. Only the small ones maybe. That'll be about it on the squash side, I think. But I've got some small carrots. So I will start sowing indoors really as soon as I can. So I'm looking forward to it. This will be probably the first time I've tried carrots for, oh god, many years. I remember I tried some and they didn't come to anything, so I never bothered again. But I think with the little carrots, I'd quite like to try them because they're ideal for like stews and that. You could just cut a carrot in half and just stick it in. And then what I've got is a mix. It says mixed spicy salad leaves. Didn't realise it was spicy, but I thought something like that to go on the windowsill. I can actually sow that now indoors, and then we could keep eating it for bits of salad, because packets of salad mix are getting quite expensive now in the shops. And then the next one is a tomato, red tomato. It's called Moneymaker. Now, I've heard this name online. A lot of people have been growing this and said it's quite good. So you can actually start sowing these now, January, February, March and April. And we plant out in June. So, yeah. So I think I'll probably do that. But I might sort of start planting and then do fortnightly intervals between each set of seeds that I set off. So I'm hoping to get a nice big crop of tomatoes this year. And then the last packet is more tomatoes. It's a yellow tomato called Sun Baby. Now, I've not seen these before and I've never grown these before. So I'm looking forward to them. So yet again, you can sow them indoors now up until April. So looks like I'm going to have seeds in my kitchen. But I'm not going to have too many because, like I said, I don't trust the cats. Salem's in one of those moods these days and he's up on everything, chewing things. He pinched my, I've got a pen, it's a Christmas pen with like fluffy bits on and bows on, that I got out of my pot, and I was making some notes on my knitting, I think, the other day, and I put the pen in my basket at the side of the settee where I sit. And about an hour later I was in the kitchen and I could hear jingle bells. And I was thinking, that's my pen. Some little monkey's got hold of it. Salem had got it out of the box, and then I went in the living room and I couldn't find the pen. He'd lost it. So I don't know where he'd hidden it, but when I got in from work the next day, it was sat on the floor by the settee where I sit. So I think he must have hidden it under the settee and then he's found it again and got it out. But he's a little tinker, especially at the moment. So that's what I got from Wilko. See, I'm sidetracking myself. And I also went into the Works. Now in the Works, they've got a bit of a deal on for books. They weren't the £1 books, but they were £3 each or 3 for £6. So I've got a Stitch in Time in Applewell, which sounds nice, stitching. It's about a lady who rescues old clothes and cast-offs from the charity shop and then makes them into cute and fresh outfits. She then sells in her little shop. Turning a profit is hard at the best of times, but then some bloke arrives in the village, and what's he up to? Oh, he's something to do with the charity as well. So there's a risk of putting the lady out of business, so they don't get on, and then I bet it's all a happy ending. So I'm looking forward to reading that one this year. Now, I don't have a lot of physical books, as I have audio books, which I like. And at the minute I'm listening to, it's a bit like the Great British Bake Off, but it's about witches. So and murder. We've already got murder at the Bake Off, things like that. That's good. And I got the first 3 books. I think that it was $7.99 for the 3 books on audio, which was really good. So I try and look for like bargains like that, and then to see if I like them, then I get the rest of the series as and when I can. And the next book I've got is The Marlowe Murder Club. Is that one? That looks interesting. I like murder mysteries. And yeah, this is actually set around a 77-year-old lady. She likes crosswords. There's no man in her life. She's out swimming one night in the Thames, and she witnesses a brutal murder, but the police don't believe her story. So the lady and 2 other friends decide to investigate themselves. Together they are Marlowe Murder Club. So that sounds interesting, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'm not sure when I'll get to reading these, but I'm sure it'll not be too long. And the next one, let's see what this says. The sticker's covering the oh, it is there. Just bear with me a second while I get this sticker off. Right, this is called The Perfect Life. It just says on the front, he jumped to his death in front of a witness. Now his wife is charged with the murder. So that is the book. And yeah, so it's all about that, all about this lady being charged for her husband's murder, and it sounds like she's having to look into it herself as what's happened, but it doesn't really give you a lot on the back for this one. So looking forward to reading this. They've got quite a few books in the works, but I could only find 3 that I actually wanted. But I must admit, if you're into your books, it's not a bad price. Like getting 3 books for £6, and I think I know before Christmas they were £1 each, I think. So I don't mind, but like I said, I don't have a lot of physical books. I have an allergy to paper dust, so it's not worth me buying proper books. Right, well, I'll share with you now the one little bit of crafting that I've actually done. Now, I know last week I said I would link this Instagram account down below, and I didn't do it. So I'm going to try and make sure I do it this time, but I have actually been working on this pattern. I haven't done a great deal. I started off, well, I did 2 evenings work, I think, and then it came to a standstill, so I didn't do much at all. So that is what I've done. I've got this part here, and then I've just done 3 of the trees. Some of these stitches, though, they look quite easy. You think, oh yeah, that's a chain stitch, and when you come to reading the pattern, because I have to keep popping on Instagram to see what stitches we're doing, and it's like, what's it called, a backward chain or something. I'm like, what on earth is a backward chain? So I have to go online to have a look and see what it is. We've done split stitch, and that's like a lazy daisy stitch to start with. But no, I have enjoyed what I've done, and I'm hoping over the next week I can get a little bit more done, but I will share with you what's been distracting me. Right, actually I'll just show you these. this is what's been keeping me busy. So what I'll do is I'll put a little clip in now of what I've been doing. So I hope you enjoy looking at that. Well, this is what I've been doing over the week. Last year I bought myself a DMC chest which came with threads, and after that in probably December I bought myself some of these foam mats and some of the acrylic things for the flosses. So I'll just show you what I've actually been doing, because there's 500 odd skeins of floss here so there's a lot. So this is what I've been doing over the week. So there's quite a few in there. So that's the first drawer. Oops. That's the second drawer, and I'm on the third drawer. So I've just finished the 700, so this is, yeah, right, 799. So next is 800s, and I might get some of the 900s in here. And here's just some of the empty bobbins in there. And then I've got one more drawer to go, which will be the 3000s. And what I've been doing in an evening is I bag up the flosses and the bobbins, and I usually keep 3 bags in one bag. So I've done the 700, so this is the 800s, and then what's left in there is the 900. So over the week in an evening, this is what I'm doing. I am binding flosses, and it's keeping me busy. So basically that's all I've been doing in an evening, and I just want to get this chest filled with the threads, and then I can actually sit back and relax knowing that I've got every colour thread that I want. Because I just got to a point where when you start a new project, I know I could use other colours, and I do have to, because I've never had the numbers that the pattern calls for. But sometimes when, like in the past, we've done some cross stitch kits and felt kits and I want particular colours, it's trying to find them. And wherever I shop, doesn't matter where I shop online, you can guarantee you'll get so many that they've got them in stock, and then the other colours that you want, they haven't got them in stock. So I just got a bit fed up of trying to search for threads, so I decided to buy myself a chest full of threads, which I'm really glad I did. And I just need to find a nice spot out here where it can sit with, so I can keep some scissors in the top and some needles. So this is another thing I need to buy. I need some nice gold cross stitch needles. So I think that is something I'm probably going to try and get for my birthday, or failing that, see if I can find some myself. So yeah, so that's really been it, what I've been doing this week, apart from cooking. Not so much in the baking side, but using up sort of things that have been left over from Christmas, sort of emptying the freezers down a little bit, using up some of the soups, using up some of the ready meals, so I could start sort of restocking. Been using my Instapot, which is brilliant. I love the Instapot for doing mashed potatoes and rice in and things like that. It's so quick and there's a lot less mess, and everything just seems to cook really, really well. So yeah, so really that's all I've been up to this week. Doesn't feel like a lot, but that's about it. So I hope everybody's had a good week. I hope you've all managed to get some crafting done, and I hope you're all staying safe and warm inside with this weather. And I will see you all again next week. Hopefully I'll have some crafting next week to share with you. Actually, I probably will have something to share with you, because I've got a commission for a Peter Rabbit baby quilt, cot quilt. I think, was it? I don't know. I've got a Pacific size that she wanted, so it's like about 36 inch by 28 inch. So it's not a big one, so it shouldn't take me too long to do. So hopefully I'll get time to share that with you next week. So thank you for joining me this week, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.